Hey folks, Dan Frio here with your closing bell for August 27th, 2025. Now today's closing bell is going to be a perfect example of why you can't judge a book by its cover. So I just want to go over the headlines that you're seeing right now. Now, NVIDIA just came out with their earnings reports. So here's what the market did today. And then across the top, we're going to see some headlines. And here's the headlines. NVIDIA beats on top and bottom lines as data centers revenue surges 56%. And I'm like, okay, is that true? Yeah, NVIDIA looks like they beat. But then you go over to Yahoo Finance and NVIDIA stock sinks after data center sales miss forecast. What is it? Well, that's what we're going to talk about, how you don't judge a book by its cover. So today, folks, let's get over to what happened today in rates. And I'm going to also show you mortgage rates on FHA. If you're waiting for an FHA refinance or looking to buy, rates are finally at 5.99%. Yeah, I'm going to show you a rate chart that we just ran, and it was interesting because Alan and I did a live event today to show you guys how we basically compare, like our slogan says, one application, one credit pool. We're going to compare your loan over 30 different lenders. We actually showed you today on our live event. I'll put that video right up through here on what we do. And when we were doing that analysis, or when we were prepping for it, Alan's like, rates are at 5.99. I'm like, it can't be. So I ran the numbers as well. And yes, folks, I'm going to show you at the end of this video, if you're looking to refinance an FHA loan, or you've got a quote for an FHA loan and you want a requote from me, I'm going to show you how low the rates are today. So let's get over to today's news, folks. Mortgage rates, well, let's just say they didn't move at all, folks. If they move 0.01 or 0.0 something, mortgage rates aren't really moving. They need to move at least by 0.1 something, not 0.01. So that's how that lesson looks. So let's get over to, here's what the markets did. NVIDIA earnings did come out. I think their stock is down in the overnight reports. So we're not really here to look at what stock market's doing, but let's get over to the bond market. Here's what the bond market's doing right now. It's kind of all over the map here for a second, but I do want to halt for 1 second. Mortgage fraud. You've heard that Adam Schiff, a member of Congress, he's indicted now, or trying to, well, I won't say indicted, I take that back. He's been accused of mortgage fraud, and now a member of the Federal Reserve is accused of mortgage fraud. How rampant is this? Well, there was a report on CNBC. I want you guys to look at this. It's not as bad as, they might make it seem. All of a sudden, they just come out of the woodworks where they find two people with mortgage fraud, but it's very uncommon, and I can actually vouch for that. I've been doing this for a long time. Let's get to Squawk Box. I just want you to hear this little caption on how rare it is, just so you understand mortgage fraud, kind of what it does, and is it rampant? Let's get to it.
Trump's decision to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook has brought the issue of mortgage fraud to the forefront. But the practice may be less widespread than you might think. Diana Olick joins us. She has that story. Diana.
Well, David, mortgage fraud risk is rising slightly, but it's still at a very low level, and lenders are catching it more often now thanks to technology. Mortgage application fraud increased just over 6% nationally in Q2 from a year ago, that according to Cotality. Again, that's applications which can predict risk. But overall, it's a really low amount, as in the share of fraud in all mortgage applications went from 0.81% to 0.86%. So there's your risk. Now, last year, there were just over 3,100 actual reports of potential mortgage origination fraud from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac alone. And that's according to the Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. That excludes private lenders. But according to the U.S. Sentencing Commission, last year, just 38 individuals were sentenced for the crime of overall mortgage fraud. Average sentence length, 18 months. Now,
we'll leave it at that. So it's not anything that runs rampant. It's usually not a big deal, yet she wrote in that she's going to live there or so forth. So a lot of people try to do that for better rates, but we normally catch it and we're like, you can't do that. So she got away with it. Okay, we'll see what happens. But looking in the market so far today, or how the market closed, it closed up 7 ticks. That's what gave us a little bit better in rates. Again, nothing to really call your broker about or anything, because mortgage rates really didn't change at all today. Tomorrow, this might be a little bit of a different story. We're going to get some pieces of the economy that really everybody's waiting for. What is it? Well, it's GDP. and also the employment numbers, or kind of like that, the unemployment numbers. So we're going to get tomorrow morning before the market opens, initial jobless claims, how many people are losing jobs, and then are they starting to pile up with continued jobless claims? This is what we're really going to focus in on, just hoping that this doesn't go over 2 million and hoping there's a downtrend there. The other piece of the puzzle, we're going to get the GDP, where that's coming in. Last reading was negative 0.5. The current reading is 3%, which you can see on with the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve monitors things, and here's what they monitor, and I'll get to that in 1 second. But they're expecting that to stay steady at 3%. And then on Friday's when we're going to get the PCE, the inflation number that the Federal Reserve monitors. So in the next 2 days, next 2 days, we're going to get a lot of pieces of the puzzle that the Federal Reserve monitors, which is right here. So they control this rate here, which is called the federal funds rate. Here's the inflation number that they're focusing in on, and that number's coming out tomorrow or Friday. Okay, the PCE, the true PCE inflation numbers that the Federal Reserve monitors. Now, unemployment rates, we're going to see how the unemployment numbers are looking tomorrow. And again, are they starting to pile up? And that'll affect the unemployment rate, but 4.2 still full employment. And then we're going to get validation. Are we still at a positive 3% on GDP or not tomorrow? So within the next 48 hours, we're going to get all this data to kind of give us an indication of what the Federal Reserve is going to do at the next meeting. Now, what are they going to do? Well, let's get over to here. This is the CME FedWatch tool. It gives us kind of an idea what they're going to do. So we'll go down through here to probability. This morning, I think it was like 85% or 86 or at 87%. So there's still an 87% chance the Federal Reserve will cut rates. Now, let's get to those rates that we were talking about. I'm going to show you a rate sheet that we have. And this is an FHA loan, okay? What I want to brace you for is, yes, it is in the 5.9% range, and it's not paying a lot of fees. Actually, this one isn't paying much in fees at all. Let's get over to it. So I ran an analysis, and this is what I came up with. And the criteria behind this is, it's somebody looking to refinance. They have a $325,000 home. They're looking to refinance $300,000. They have a 700 credit score. A 680 credit score. Here's what the rate came out at. Okay, so here's what I want to show you. FHA does have some fees when you're refinancing, so the APR is normally higher, and it can't be calculated through here because I don't have an official loan amount and all the fees and the state and everything else. But I just want to show you kind of what we call a rate stack. So this is saying that you are not paying any lender fees. So here's what the rate would be: 5.99%. Right through here. This is actually would give you a $474 in credits. Now, this is what we call rate stack. So a lot of people will say, Dan, how much is it to buy down the rate? Well, this is exactly how it works. So let's say you want 5.875, it'll cost you $400. Let's say you want 5.75, it'll cost you $1,700. So instead of getting a $400 rebate, you have to pay those fees. And you can see how it adds up as you get down through here. So a lot of times we try to work with people to see what is your break-even point if we were to pay this, or maybe even pay that, to get all the way down to here. What's your break-even point? How much of a savings would it be? And all these things. That's what we analyze when we're trying to assist you guys if you're looking to buy or refinance. We use these tools and a bunch of other things that we have to offer you guys. So that is our report for today. So what we're looking at for tomorrow is let's go back to the economic calendar so I can show you that. We're looking at for tomorrow is the jobless claims, or initial jobless claims, and continued claims. We want to make sure, if this is a fantastic number, meaning a ton of people got employed, not going to be good news for the market, because that'll put the government or the Federal Reserve even in a worse position to say, well, the job market's doing fantastic, and so forth. So you'll understand, the worse the news is for the economy, the better the news is for more rate cuts, and the better the news is for basically what you're monitoring here when it comes to the stock market and mortgage rates and interest rates in general. So that's what we're going to focus in on tomorrow before the bell. But to learn a little bit about me and who I am and what I do, because we talked a lot about real estate on this channel. So what do you do, Dan? Well, I'm actually a mortgage loan officer. So if you're out there in the 50 states or anywhere in Puerto Rico, I can help you, because I'm licensed in all those areas. Why? Well, the bank I work with holds a license, so I'm licensed in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. The unique thing here is you have to check out our Wednesday live events. We show you how we analyze. We get your loan approved, and then what we do is now our work really comes out for us. What we do is we start searching who's got the best rates and the lowest fees out of over 30 different lenders throughout the whole country. That means I'll get you approved here at the bank, and then we have all those programs to work with. We have their programs and their rates. We even have programs like this. A lot of people are running into some problems right now when they go to refinance, is they got a down payment assistance loan. And what they did is they got the house, and then they got like $20,000 in assistance. Fantastic. It helped them buy the house. The problem is, now when they go to refinance, they're at 7.75. Rates now are at 5.99. So now they go to refinance, you realize you're going to have to pay off most of those down payment assistance loans. This one you don't have to pay back. It's virtually free money. There's no lien on your property. There's no payback. You walk out of the closing, and that money's yours. So other programs we have is, check out this, what you're looking to refinance. You want to refinance? What you're going to tell me what rate you want. So as soon as the rate hits that threshold, I'll be reaching out to you to go over the numbers, make sure it makes sense. If you already got rate quotes, here's what I want you to do. Get the best rate quote you have. Make sure you call the lender and say, I hope this is the best you got because I'm getting one more quote. Okay, so what I'm going to challenge you to do is go here. Upload your loan estimate. If we can beat them on the fees and the rate, I'm hoping to win you as a client. If I can't beat them on both of those, God bless you. Just stay with the lender that you have. But if we can beat you in both those areas, again, like I said, I'm hoping to win you as a client. So that's our report for today, folks. So mortgage rates basically flat as a pancake once again today. The market overall in general, not a bad day. We got green all the way across the board. VIX is up a little bit, but only at 14. So that means the markets are pretty stable right now. Let's see how crypto did for the day. Crypto's up $1,200. And oil, we got oil. It's up a little bit, but it's still below the $65 barrel that we want to focus in on for the inflation numbers. So that's it for today, folks. I'll be back early morning tomorrow to let you know how the jobs report came in and how those are going to affect these over through here. So thanks for watching. God bless. Have a fantastic evening, folks. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning, God willing. Thanks a lot. See you then. Bye-bye.